Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Al Brady, and today we are easing ourselves right back into it with a nice simple recipe, carrot cake muffins with a lovely little crumble top. Let's get down to it. So for these carrot cake muffins, you are going to need 310 grams of sunflower oil, 460 grams of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 350 grams of light brown sugar, 150 grams of desiccated coconut, 200 grams of sultanas, 200 grams of pecans, you can chop them up, 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1 teaspoon of mixed spice, 6 large eggs, and 500 grams of carrots. Now, for these muffins, I like to grate the carrots 2 different sizes. Half the carrots thick and chunky, and the other half nice and fine, just like this. Obviously, with the magic of editing, this looks nice and quick, but I do appreciate that grating carrot 2 different sizes might be a bit of a pain in the ass, so just stick to one size if you want. Next, mix the sunflower oil and the 6 eggs together, beating thoroughly with a broom whisk until it is nice and smooth. Then you can also put this to one side. Now we're going to mix all the dry ingredients together. So put the self-raising flour, the baking powder, and the ground spices together and sift into a large bowl. Then you can add your light brown sugar, grated carrot, chopped pecans, desiccated coconut, and finally your sultanas. Get your hands in there and mix all the dry ingredients together thoroughly so that everything is as evenly mixed as possible. Once everything is tossed together, add your oil and egg mixture to the bowl and you can start mixing everything together. Just make sure that whatever you're using to mix it doesn't fall apart on you in the first 2 seconds like this bloody spatula. Right, we're back on track, and it was about this point that I started to doubt whether my bowl was actually up to the task. It seemed a bit too small, but it did do the job. You just need to have faith that this is all going to mix together. Choose the right size bowl, you should be fine. Keep on stirring all the muffin ingredients together until the mixture is just smooth and there's no more dry ingredients showing. This should look a little bit like the consistency of porridge. That's my best description of it. Once the muffin batter is completely mixed, then it needs to be covered by sticking some silicone paper on the surface of it so it doesn't dry out. Then leave the mixture in the fridge to rest for at least 6 hours or overnight if possible. Now I see a lot of recipes that want you to use the muffin batter as soon as possible, but I find resting the batter actually seems to give these muffins a better rise, a lighter texture, and a better crumb. So if you have the time, rest your batter. If you don't believe me, just give it a go. Just see what happens. I promise you, you'll be surprised. Now while the batter is resting, there is no better time than to make the little crumble mixture to go on top of these muffins. Obviously, I got distracted and mixed a bunch of these crumble ingredients together before I even started filming, but we can play catch up. So in this mixing bowl, I mixed 100 grams each of oats, ground almonds, plain flour, caster sugar, desiccated coconut, and butter. Then rub all the crumble ingredients together with your hands, making this sort of money hand gesture, and continue until the mixture resembles the texture of coarse breadcrumbs. Once it's all mixed, throw it into an airtight food container, and you can keep this in the fridge for up to a month. Line your muffin tray with 12 paper cases. I've bought some of these fantastic large cafe style muffin cases especially for this recipe. I don't like those little cupcake ones, waste of time. Then spoon your mixture into the muffin cases. I'm going to use an ice cream scoop here for easy, clean and even dividing of the mixture between the cases. I would highly recommend using one just like we did for the cookies not so long ago. Once all the muffin cases have been filled, spoon a little of that crumble mixture over the top of the batter, and then once everyone is covered, these carrot cake muffins are ready to go into the oven. Bake them at 180 degrees for about 30 minutes or so until well risen, golden brown and firm to the touch. Once they're cooked, move the muffins onto a wire rack and leave them to cool. And that's about it. These carrot cake muffins are ready to go. Feel free to let them cool down before diving in, but that's not how I roll. I just haven't got the patience. I'm cracking into one right now. it guys, carrot cake muffins. It was a bit touch and go there with that bowl, but I think we stuck through, we persevered, and we got away with it. But if you're at home, if you've got a bigger bowl, you can use that instead. If you like this recipe, let me know by hitting that like button down below. And if you're new here and you like what you see, why not consider subscribing as well? Other than that, I haven't figured out how I'm going to sign off these videos yet, so why don't you give me some suggestions, and I will see you next time. Is this a good way? Is this a good way to do it? Let's find out. Let's see if it works.